we are to find the average value of the function f of x equals 22x over 1 plus x squared squared from 0 to 2. And then from the formula for the average function, we have 1 over b minus a, so 1 over 2 minus 0, times the integral from 0 to 2, 22x over 1 plus x squared squared dx. And we'll need to make a substitution. So we'll let u be 1 plus x squared. That'll make du 2x dx. And then if we multiply both sides by 11, we'll have 11 du is 22x dx. And then substituting our limits of integration, we'll have u of 2 is 5 and u of 0 is 1. Then substituting all of this into our function here, we've got then 1/2 times the integral from 1 to 5, putting in our new limits of integration, 1 over u squared, which is the 1 over 1 plus x squared squared part, and then 11 du, which is our 22x dx that we found here. And then bringing the 11 out, we have 11/2 times the integral from 1 to 5 of u to the minus 2, so we'll write 1 over u squared as u to the minus 2 du. And when we integrate that, we're going to still have our constant, 11/2, and u to the minus 2 integrates to u to the minus 1 over negative 1, and then evaluated over our limits 1 to 5. So we have minus 11/2 1 over u now. We'll convert u to the minus 1 over minus 1 to a negative out front, and then 1 over u evaluated from 1 to 5. Doing our substitutions, then we ultimately will find that that value is 22/5. Now, the mean value theorem then tells us that there is a value c somewhere that if we multiply it by this interval, we will get the value of this integral. Or in other words, the area under the curve. So if we now take this 2 minus 0, which is going to be 2, and then divide it off of both sides, we're going to wind up with 1/2 here, but we've already found this value. We found that value to be 22/5. So we'll substitute c into the function, and we'll have 22c over 1 plus c squared squared. Just substituting it in here. And then that value is going to be 22/5. And then if we were to cross multiply, do a little simplifying, all we're going to find then is that 5c is equal to that should have been 5c equal to 1 plus c squared squared. And then if we multiply that out and bring the 5c over, then we just have this equation here that we can set equal to 0. Use a graph and find these intersections where it hits the x-axis. And we find those, we can approximate those to be 0.220 and 1.207. You can approximate those with your graphing calculator.